We will be going over 7 muscle building mistakes that are ruining your gains and stopping you from reaching your maximum potential. If you're currently having difficulties at progressing your physique or strength goals, then you might be falling for one of the following 7 mistakes. Mistake number 1 is all about your specific diet. When asking people about what their dieting philosophy is, I often get the answer that they don't really know. They just eat what they want, or they try out a new diet model every other week, swapping from a vegan diet to a carnivore diet to high carb, mixing in intermittent fasting for 2 days, and quickly giving up on each diet as they don't seem to achieve their goals instantly. And this is what you should obviously avoid. Find a diet model and stick to it for a considerable amount of time. If it doesn't work for you and you experience any side effects, then swap the diet after a couple of weeks to something you can stick to without any hassle. Another aspect about diets is that a lot of people go on diets instantly with no real preparation. They just dive right into diets and crush their bodies by eating in huge caloric deficits, often eating in caloric ranges from up to minus 1000 calories of what they would need to maintain their current weight. This is a huge mistake, because if you don't know what your total daily expenditure is, so how many calories you have to consume to maintain your current weight, then you have no foundation to build a great diet on. My biggest tip is to foremost cover your protein requirements to maintain and build muscle, and then to fill the remaining calories with whatever you want to eat, as long as you reach your targeted caloric goal. This is a model that is easily sustained and that will lead to great results if you get the basics down. Mistake number 2 is being inconsistent with your training. Rome wasn't built in one day, and so won't be your physique. If you really want to establish a great basis for optimal health and muscle gains, then there is only one way to achieve that, and that is to find the right fitness and health habits that you can stick to. Years on years of training need to accumulate for you to make great results, and here's where a lot of people fail. So focus on building a training plan that you can stick to on a weekly basis. You can be flexible with your training location and training styles. Just make sure that you can attend to the time slots that you have blocked for your training. You don't have to train for hours on end. Make 15-minute time slots for stretching or body weight exercises after you wake up, for example, and over months and years you will achieve great results thanks to compounding and the accumulation of short but effective exercise routines. Mistake number 3 leads to injuries that might stop you from ever lifting again, or even ruining your back, for example, leading to chronic pain and other unwanted symptoms. And that mistake is ego lifting. Ego lifting results if you either want to impress someone for whatever reason, or from you overestimating your current strengths and technique. Either way, ego lifting too heavy weights or executing exercises with improper technique can and will lead to injuries that might stop you from lifting for a long time. And even if you haven't noticed anything yet, small micro tears and lesser injuries can easily accumulate and one day burst the bubble. So listen to your body and focus on progressing your lifts under a controlled manner. Slow down the negative portion of reps, for example, to minimize fast and uncontrolled movements that lead to tears in muscles or tendons, and have a spotter to help you rack your weights if you're attempting a new personal best. Mistake number 4 is to never seek out anyone to help you improve your form when performing exercises. This can be a huge game changer, especially if you feel uncomfortable performing certain exercises such as squats, because a partner that knows how proper technique and form should look like can easily help you adjust your posture, and therefore help you break plateaus and prevent injuries from lifting incorrectly. If you have no one you can ask to guide you, then make sure to ask someone in your gym to correct your form and to help you execute techniques properly. But if you feel uncomfortable with asking strangers, then film yourself while training to get a better perspective of how you actually execute exercises. This can aid you immensely in preventing serious injuries, as you can compare your form with how the execution of the exercise should really look like. Mistake number 5 is having poor sleep and not prioritizing good sleep hygiene. Poor sleep can be a symptom of many things, either sleeping too little or going to bed at different times or sleeping in uncomfortable positions that lead to micro injuries or even sleep apnea. If you wake up and you don't feel rested or ready to tackle the world, then consider that you might not be optimizing your sleep. And this is specifically important as sleep is the pillar of your mental and physical performance. Sleep is crucial for building muscle and your general health, so make sure to really nail your sleeping habits and to focus on constantly monitoring and improving your sleep, as it is essential for your current goals and your longevity. Mistake number 6 is too much junk volume and too many exercises in a single workout. Too much junk volume occurs when you, for example, spend an unnecessary amount of time in the gym doing 10 different exercises for your hamstrings. Your muscles have already gotten enough stimuli to grow, but you are just overdoing it and forcing in reps after reps. This will just exhaust you and put unnecessary stress on your nervous system, lead to exhaustion and not to optimal muscle growth. Not only that, but you're placing a lot of stress on joints and tendons, which leads to an increased probability of injuries happening. And if you train to extreme soreness every time, you increase the amount of time your body needs to recover, which then increases the rest you need before you can work the same muscle groups again, resulting in suboptimal gains. You can simulate most muscle groups with a volume of around 12 to 21 sets in a week, so don't overdo it and focus on keeping your training sessions quick and effective to increase the gains and to save time. Mistake number 7 is training too light and not properly targeting the muscles that you're training. Many people tend to sometimes train way too easy and not focus on proper intensity to get the most out of every rep and exercise. This results in reaching plateaus that you can't break because you're not challenging your muscles appropriately. And in order to reach new heights, you have to actively challenge yourself. Focusing on keeping the intensity high will also save you time in the gym, because you don't need as many sets and exercises to stimulate optimal muscle growth. So instead of doing 4 exercises for your biceps, focus on doing 2 heavy exercises that really challenge you. And if executed with great technique and intensity, you won't even have enough strength to complete another set with proper execution. To summarize, make sure to evaluate your daily habits, your diet, and your training. Take your time and track your activities. This enables you to find your weak points and to evaluate the right steps that can help you reach the next level in your fitness journey. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified whenever a new video is live. Peace.